Hi Commanders, how you going? This is StarQuip here for Star Trek Fleet Command. It's going to be a bit of a good and bad video. I've got some good things to talk about and some bad things to talk about. As usual, this game annoys me like whatsoever. Just things that just don't seem to make sense, don't work, and don't do the things we're supposed to be getting. Okay, I just noticed this and thought, okay, it's a perfect time to start recording. I have no idea what it is. It says free gift. Let's have a look, see what we're getting for a free gift. Oh. Okay. Well, since we got 120, let's see what we can do with that. Yeah, so another 120. What are we going to get? Two Badgie. Another one for her. And he's not a lower deck. She's not lower deck. Not a lower deck. Well, he's not lower deck either, especially when you're Epic Honor Guard. And another officer that's not lower deck. Okay, so that was definitely not worth having. Anyway, let's do what I was actually going to make the video about. Faction. Obviously you'd know from the video it'll tell you what the description is and what this is actually going to be about. As you all know, I had the 1 billion Romulan, but actually look at it, it was 1.5 at one stage. That's how I got my ship. But I've let it go down because now Klingon is 1 billion. So I've got two factions now at 1 billion. And I'm working on the third, which is a Federation. And as you can see, in something like 2 days, I've got it to 88 million. I had a lot of missions that I hadn't done, so that's helped me get here quite quickly. Yeah, so it's helped me get here a lot quicker. And but now I've finished all. Oh no, I haven't finished them all. What are we up to? Let's have a look at missions. So this is the one I'm working on now, which will give me about 2 million points. So yeah, so I've got two factions now. I click that while I can. The upgrade I need. Well, sorry, 1.6 I need there. So another 500 billion to go. Might not even be quite. So Academy at level 54, all you get is 450. That's, come on. Okay, so the main reason I started recording was to have a look at this. Wow. It's 310 days. But this is going to help me in the event. Oh, okay. 1 billion to lithium. I will activate. Building. Now that's building speed. That's what we want. For 2 hours. Okay, let's start building that. Upgrading my... You see, it's... Why is it building? But really, we're always upgrading. But, yeah. Should be building / upgrade or something like that. Should I do this as well? This is what I'm trying to decide on. Okay, let's do it. So we'll see you in about 250 days. Hey, let's collect. Had been a while. Oops. Been a while since I've been able to. 1.6. So having them at 54, you get 1.6 when they're full. That just clicked really easy. Have they fixed that? Normally it's click, 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 click. They must have fixed it. So if you remember in one of my videos, I showed you this pack to buy. One thing I didn't notice at the time was that it actually is 6 stars there. So it's 6G, uncommon refined gas. I know someone said in my comments, and I went, oh, I had to go and have a look. Yeah. But why would anyone do this research at the moment? It's not counted in any of the events. G6 is not in any events. So why would I want to do research with 1000 G6? I'd want to wait until they brought the event out that said if you use G6 you get some. Okay, so my thoughts were that maybe the research was going to require about 300 billion. Well, I just finished getting my R&D up to 54. So what does that mean? That means I can go and do a lot more research that I couldn't do before because it required me to be at 54. And what was the big one? It was this one. So it's actually 51 billion. Wow. STFC.SPACE is where we get the information. Okay, so what we want to look at, well, we know it's 750 days. That was one of the things we've been talking about. Well, in its original format, it is 16 days. 16 years. You might also say 17 years. And it says it would be the 300 billion. You might also say 299 billion, which is what the pack offers you. And it does say that it is G6. 1000 of it. So obviously no reduction from any research or anything I've done to reduce the cost of the gas. Why not? Why is there no reduction in all the research I've done for reducing the cost of the G6? Shouldn't there be some sort of discount? I've done that much research. Why is the G6 not being affected and not giving me a discount? That is one big question I want to know. Because that means that when you get to G6, they haven't even activated any of the research buffers to reduce the cost of G6. So that makes me start to think, let's go and have a look. Okay, so as we can see, if we go to a G5 research, this requires G5, which is here, G5. I'm getting, it says 10,000, and so I am only having to pay just over 5.6 thousand. So that means I'm getting a reduction. So why am I not getting a reduction in a G6 research? Shouldn't it carry across to each research? Each G level? I think Scopely has forgotten when they incorporated a G6 item, a G6 gas, or whatever you want to call it, the G6. Why has that not been given as a reduction? I'm not going to do this research at the moment. I want to find out from Scopely why there is no reduction here. Okay, so I'm going to put this off. I want to get a response from them. Okay, so I'm going to have to make a separate video to send to them. Okay, while I'm waiting for Scopely to get back to me, a question they asked me is, where does it say cost reduction for research? Well, doesn't this say gas cost effective for research? It doesn't specify G3, G4, G6, G2, G whatever. It says on gas research. And we'll click on this one. And this one increases the cost effective of crystal gas for research. Again, does not specify that it has to be G3, G4, G5. It's it, to me, that's all. So I've sent them these pictures, waiting for a response from them to find out why I'm not getting any cost reduction on G6 gas research. So I'm just keeping you, this is the process I am going through. I've actually sent them a specific video showing them, and then they got back to me asking where is the cost reductions. And so I actually sent them the ones for the crystal and the ore as well, but none of them say that it would not affect or help you in G6. Waiting to see if that's going to be their response. I'm curious what their reasoning is for there being no cost reduction on G6. Okay, so let's see what I can get with 3 chests. So in the whole thing I only got 3 chests. Okay. So we get to open another 2. So what we got? 7 badgie. So for lower decks I ended up with 9 shards. This looks really tiny compared to up against that. Let's have a look at this ship come out of dock. Well, I do like the way the nacelles light up on this one. Like that. That looks pretty cool. The ship looks pretty smooth. This is where I wish I could zoom in. I was just telling you about how it works. You need that. You need to do the research. And now it's going to come out of space dock again. Why does it come out of space dock twice for? That just seems a bit silly. So if you missed it for the first time, here it is again. I do love the quality of this ship, as in its picture quality. Nice and clear. You can easily read the name of the ship. Look at that! Look at that NCC 75567. How clear that is. Even the name. It's just. Is it written anywhere else on it? Don't like how it does that bit though. I think it's because the nacelles are so long. Anyway. Okay, commanders. I was sort of wrapping this video up. I put in me killing 2 Federation ships when I was trying to do missions, so I could work on my faction. So I'll have a look at this. Right, it has gone up since I last showed you. It is now 114.6. So it'll slow down now. I did a lot of missions and now I've run out of missions I'm pretty sure that I can do. We'll just go and double check. And I put the new ship coming out of dock. Looks pretty nice. Okay, so what missions have we got left? We got this one here. I've got to kill 15 56s. So at the moment, it's just out of reach until I do the upgrade of the ship. I haven't done that because I have done a lot of research to try and reduce the cost. So even doing all that research I did, it didn't actually reduce the cost all that much. I'm just looking at this. So the cost was 6.318 and it is now 625. That has not reduced it by much. Is this another issue that it's not working even on G5 properly? Do I need to say that this is STFC.SPACE? So this is what the actual costs are without doing any research. So it would have cost me 12.7 thousand, where I'm getting it at, so nearly half. Is even, actually that is half. It's actually a little bit under half, and now it's even more than that. Yeah, we got half and half there, pretty much half there, but we're getting a reduction here from 27.2 to 15.50. So G5 is working under the reductions, reducements, or whatever you want to call it, for doing the research. And if we have a look at titanium, it should be 487 billion. It's only going to cost me 104. Unless I will use the word only, 104 billion. So that, just doing those two weapons is going to use up all the titanium I've got. And the lithium is 2.7. It says over here 12.3. So it's quite a, that seems quite a lot. And I haven't done all the research to reduce that. I've done most of the research when it comes to titanium, not as much for the dilithium. So that would be good when I start bringing that down. So, but I haven't, one of the main reasons I haven't done it is because ship upgrades, it's only using common, it's not using uncommon yet, so it's not an advantage there. The only way for relieving this for an event would be for using the G5 uncommon refined gas. So yeah, I had that many building upgrades that I wanted easy. There was no reason to use this to upgrade to make it any. It's best waiting for a next event where we have to spend resources and do it then. This ship is more than powerful enough to do what I need to do at the moment. Yes, it'd be nicer if warp engines were further, and then I could do like the last mission and things like that. But at the moment, I'd rather wait until an event comes and says spend resources, and then I'll use it then. The only thing I will bring up is I was very much disappointed, because if you've seen the cost that it cost me to what I had to spend in the last event, it wasn't the fact I had to spend all the gas, it was how I had to spend something like over 3 trillion. 3 trillion. It was probably something like 3.5 trillion all up to win that event on the past deal. And then next day they brought out that event, we had to spend more past deal. And I can tell you, just to win the SMS, I had to spend 1 trillion. It was like 9.9, 959 or 999 or something like that. I don't think I took a screenshot. But you might as well say it was 1 trillion I had to spend to win that, not just to complete the SMS, let alone win the event. I did win it, but I end up spending another 2 trillion. So this month alone, in that 3 or 4 days, I spent something like, was it about 5.5 to 6 trillion past deal. And as you can see, I've only got 280 billion left, and there ain't much left anywhere else, I can tell you that. Yeah, I got to the point twice, or might have been 3 times, I had to use what was coming off of here just to get that little bit extra. And yeah. So I wasn't over impressed with that mission, having it so close. I would have loved it if it was asking for the gas. I would have definitely been jumping up and down because I wanted to upgrade the ship, but I don't want to waste just upgrading it, knowing that the next day or something there'll be an event that will require me to, and I'll be going, I've got nothing left. So that's what I do. I leave things like this to be done for an event, so that why do them beforehand unless you really had to. Like sometimes I've done them just for videos, upgraded stuff. Like this one here, I'm just short of being able to upgrade. I did have that, so I must have used some for research or something, or building upgrade. So, so I could take this to tier 3, because that would only cost me 215k. But you can't buy this. But that probably won't take all that much effort to get. But then if I take 10k from there, then I would not be able to do a next tier on this, because this is 12 and a half. So, no, I wouldn't. No, I'd get the weapons done, but I wouldn't get the cargo bay. And at the moment, I reckon it's a 50-50. I think I'd rather upgrade the warship than the miner, because it can get to where it needs to do the mining for now. And as far as I know, just for upgrading, it's only going to upgrade the warp engines. And is that going to get me? Then I've got to spend resources to do that. Is that going to get me all that much further? It'll make it mine a bit faster because you do the ship upgrade, the XP on it. And I'll be able to maybe able to put an extra crew member on it. Would I? Level 20, what are we at now? We're level 10, so no, you'd only get to about level 15, so you're not going to get another crew member on it. But the Corvus level 10 means I get another crew member, and it will get me closer to getting this higher, which will make all the difference when I'm doing battles. And that's where it's getting tempting, because we've got tomorrow most likely doing a Borg, and I would just love that extra crew slot, but it's not worth spending all my resources just to do that. I think this will be able to do it. We'll see how it goes, but I will do a small video on how this goes. I'll do the logs again on how it does up against the Mega Cube. Obviously there'll be alliance members that will join me, 5 others, but it's still, you'll still be able to read the log. The log will probably end up being pretty long because of that, but we'll still do it. And I'll see you in the next video, and you know what that video is going to be, unless something else pops up in between now and then. But this is going to be a quick between videos, because by the time I publish this, I'll be going to bed and then getting up and doing that. So yeah, it'll be about 24 hours between the videos. Catch you in the next one.